Hey everybody, just want to start this video off with a short clip. I'm going through Nightmare, leveling up a new character, obviously, and here we are in Act 3. I've never seen this before. I've been playing this game for 20 years and I have never seen this before. We had to go through the spider forest, into the flared jungle, and then back into a dead end part of the spider forest, which has the spider cavern, which we obviously need for the organ. It's just super weird. I've never seen this before. There's no way to get to it from the spider forest. You have to go through the flare jungle and then backtrack, and there's no way out. It's just really weird. I've never seen this before. So I thought I'd just show you guys this. If you guys have seen this happen before, let me know. But this is a first for me, and I've played a lot. So, hey everybody, and welcome back to Project Diablo 2. Today we're starting a new build. I know I have a problem. I can't help it, guys. I love making new characters and trying things out, so I wanted to try out Spearzon. So I've never played a Spearzon before. We are just in Nightmare, just finishing up Act 3, and we're starting Act 4 now. It's going really well. Let's quickly go over... Let's start with skills. Very straightforward. We have 1 point in each. I tried out Valk. You saw that in the clip at the start. But honestly, the AI for them is just so bad, and they just die, so I'm not bothering. So 1 point in each of the passives, and then we have 1 point in Jab, 1 point in Mastery. And then we have maxed out Power Strike, as many levels as we can in Lightning Strike so far, and our extra points went to Charge Strike. So you can see the bonus lightning damage on Lightning Strike is actually pretty good. 12 bounces. It's a very, very fun build so far. I'm enjoying it. We were using a Razor Tine for the longest time, but we just moved that over to the Mercenary. He's wearing a Dusk Deep just for a little bit of PDR and all res, basically. He's wearing Skin of the Flayed one for the Replenish Life and the Lifesteal. The fire damage is nice, I guess, as well. And then 3-piece Saigons, pretty standard for me. Lifesteal, attack rating, defense, resistances, all the good stuff. A very early build. For us, we're just using a Radiance. It's not even well rolled, it's only 29%, but whatever, it's a Radiance for a little bit of extra damage and some Vitality, Energy, and Mana. The Mana is actually, like, that Energy and Mana makes a pretty big deal on this build. Lightning Strike is very mana hungry, as you can see, 10.7 right now. Costs a lot of mana, especially when you're attacking really quickly. So I will use Jab quite a lot to take care of any lightning immunes, and then for single target we use Power Strike, and then for AoE we do Lightning Strike. I don't really like the Charge Strike. It might end up being better. I'll have to play around with it in the end game. But 12 bounces on the Chain Lightning from Lightning Strike I feel like is going to be very strong for mapping and for cows. The distance that it can jump is quite good. I've always been a fan of Chain Lightning stuff, so... And after this is maxed, we'll probably start going into Javelin and Spear Mastery. The bonus physical damage is going to help with our leeching, and the extra crits are nice. This chance of critical strike and the critical strike chance skill are separate crits. If I remember correctly, this is a 2 times. This is a 1.5 times. So I don't believe you can get both. I think it rolls for this crit first, and then if it lands, we get 2 times, and then if it misses, it'll roll for this critical strike, and if it lands, we get 1.5. I believe that's how that works. And then, obviously, nothing in the bow and crossbow skills. So yeah, we're using Radiance. We're using just this random crafted... It was a bountiful craft that we did probably on the Paladin, or maybe when we were playing the Druid, I don't know. I'm not going to be using this for long. We'll be swapping it. But it had 20 Vitality, and that's a ton of life, and 26 MF and some Lightning Res. So we're using Ravenfrost. This is the +7 Corruption. I think I took this off of either the Paladin or the Druid. I don't remember which one. But it's attack rating, dexterity, vitality, cold absorb, and most importantly, cannot be frozen. This, we're just using a random crafted ring, dual res, 20 life, some strength, life leech, MF, whatever. It's not very good. We'll be replacing it soon. We're wearing IK belt and gloves, actually. So these give a good chunk, 20 strength, 20 dex with the attack speed and the attack rating. Not bad, actually. And we're getting more res and strength here. So this is letting us really cut back on our strength. We have 152, you can see here. We need 110 to be able to equip our stuff. So this bumps us up quite a lot. It's a little bit of extra physical damage, I guess. But the strength is nice, and the dex helps us out as well. Same with the Ravenfrost. We're using Inferno Strides. I just had these sitting in the stash and thought, why not get that extra fire res, get some maximum fire res, and then a little bit of damage. The Blaze proc is really nice because in Project Diablo 2, Blaze gives you a burst of movement speed. You get increased move speed when Blaze is active. So every once in a while we get hit, and then we just start running like crazy and leave that trail of fire. You can see we don't have a weapon here because we're actually just about to make our weapon. A couple things here. We have Training Belt. We might be swapping over to the Training Belt just because it's CBF, a lot of mana, replenish life, a lot of life. This one's a perfect rolled life. So with the 9 vitality. So we might swap over to this, but we'll probably still use the Ravenfrost, and then we'll swap over to different gloves. I need to get some, ideally, once we are level 60, I will shop for some 320 magic gloves, and then if we're, really feeling it, I'd shop for a couple pairs and then corrupt them and hope we can get some really cool slams, but I'm not, We got a High Lord's Wrath here as well. Deadly Strike, attack speed, extra lightning damage, all skills. This is a no-brainer. This is the one that we were wearing on our Paladin, so... our weapon, however, it's superior, but it's just +1 attack rating. It's mostly just this is a 3 open socket mat spear with +3 javelin and spear skills. We have Shale tier, which is for Crescent Moon. We made in axes, swords, polearms, and in Project Diablo 2, spears and claws. So this is the weapon that we are going to be using. Now, the weapon itself doesn't give any plus to skills, which is, okay. But we're getting the +3 from the base, so that's fine. It has 10% chance to cast level 27 lightning on striking. Level 27 lightning does damage-wise. Let's take a look. I know you guys can't see this, but it is minimum of 1. Obviously, it's a max of 395. So it's fairly nice, and then that gets boosted with our % lightning skill damage as well, which we have in a couple different things. It also, on spears and polearms, has a 24% chance to cast level 13 static field on striking. In axes, swords, and claws, it's a 12% chance. So static field, that's going to help us break some lightning immunities. So in the maps, when we run into 130 lightning immunes, those ones we're not going to be able to break with this. But when it is a lightning enchanted enemy that becomes lightning immune, in most cases we'll be able to break that with this. So that's good. It has 20 IAS, has ignores target defense, chance of open wounds, 25% chance of open wounds, and +2 mana per kill. And it has 3 stats that roll that we care about here. The enhanced damage can roll 180 to 220. Obviously, we want this to be as high as possible. A 220 would be ideal. Lightning res can roll 10 to 15. We want 15. More than any other stat, even if this rolls 180 enhanced damage, if it rolls 15, negative 15 enemy lightning res, we're happy. And then it has 3 to 5 magic absorb as well, which is just really nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and roll this and see how it goes. Let's double triple check. It is Shale tier. Shale tier. So, of course. Why is it always with me, man? So we got 197 enhanced damage, which is middle, slightly below middle. We got anti-perfect lightning pierce, of course, and we got 5 magic absorb. This is still good, 234 to 344, and it is still 10 pierce. It's something, I guess. Not ideal. That sucks. It's not terrible. It's still going to be very good for us. We were using the Razor Tine before, like I mentioned, so big increase on our damage here. We were using this one especially. It's up to once to a Fuchsia instead of a Trident, because this one was slammed with IAS and Crushing Blow, which is why we were using it, and that's why it's on the Mercenary now, as well as the slows target. So slows target and Crushing Blow on this is very nice. I will likely up this again, and I might still use it on the Merc. But we do have an Eth Colossus Volge Insight here that is 683 damage. Very good. I'm going to re-roll this one a bunch probably to try and get +6 to critical strike, because that's obviously huge. And we have Stone Raven. We picked this up very early on the Paladin, I'm pretty sure. Now you can see it's much more physical damage, 345 to 506. So its minimum damage is higher than our maximum damage on this. This one we slammed with FCR and 5 lightning skill damage. I'm going to puzzle box it, since the rolls are pretty good. The enhanced damage is low, but the all-res roll is high, and it's 4 javelin and spear skills. This build, physical damage is important for our leeching, but that's not where our damage comes from. A lot of our damage is going to come from fast attack speed and plus skills, giving us tons and tons of lightning damage. That's the goal. So the 5% lightning skill damage, awesome. 4 javelin and spear skills, awesome. The 10 FCR helps us, I guess, cast our slow movement. It's not really important. Theoretically, if we were to swap over to Enigma, this would be nice for some extra cast rate, I guess, for teleporting, but yeah. So Crescent Moon, this should be pretty good. It'll give us extra lightning procs and the static field, which is pretty nice. Now, we also found this Phase Blade. I think I found this while I was grinding away on the Fury Druid the other day, and I just thought we'd ID it and see. It's probably a lightsaber, but if it's Azarath, that's pretty cool. It's a lightsaber. How'd it roll? Slightly below average on the damage, average on everything else. Yeah, okay. Still cool. We did just find this as well. Found a couple random things. You guys know me, I like to hoard items all the time. Charms, I guess we can go over these pretty quick. They're nothing special. Charms are whatever. We do have this one passive and magic with a ton of lightning damage on it. The passive and magic is fine. It's nice. We have both of our life, or both of our all-res charms here, the one with life and the one with max damage. These were found in cows. I forget who dropped them. They dropped back to back, I think, on the Fury Druid. Not quite a high enough level for that one, but then just some of these other ones that you've seen before. Light damage, poison. Mostly just res stuff. MF where we can find it. That one we can probably get rid of. Haven't really looked too much at them. They're just whatever. Stats are basically just enough strength and dex to wear our gear, and then the rest into vitality. You guys know the drill by now if you've been playing D2. Let's go showcase the build. You know, see what this is like. We're gonna go clear through the rest of the game. We should be able to clear out Nightmare fairly quick. Yeah, we have a lot more damage now. Mana is still a big concern, which is why we want to get that insight. as soon as possible to help us with our mana so we're not chugging potions constantly. The Radiance also helps. It's a ton of extra mana with that energy. And flat mana, I suppose. This build was overhauled pretty drastically in Project Diablo 2, and I think they did it justice. And we can check our sheet damage here. We're at 1 to 1.6 fizz, and then we have 2100 lightning damage on the chain lightning, and then our power strike is 1 to 2.6. So power strike's better for a single target, and then we want to use lightning strike for the chain lightning while we're clearing. So you can see it still does good damage, especially when we get a good crit there. But slightly better. It'll become more important that we swap skills at the right time for, like, maps and things like that. Because this is likely going to be a mapping character. Won't be able to run every map on them. It'll be fairly limited. Obviously, maps with a lot of lightning immunes will be tough. Once we can get an infinity, throw that on the Mercenary, then obviously we'll be able to do a lot more maps with lightning immunes. And we still deal good physical damage, like 2k max damage on jab. So it's still good physical damage as well, and we can get a lot of upgrades, getting extra crushing blow. We should probably pick up a G-Face. It's pretty common, but I haven't found one yet. But G-Face would be good. Maybe some Four Riders, even like Goblin Toes. All would be good options. So, as per usual, it's a fairly hybrid build. I never like putting all my eggs in one basket, especially in Diablo 2 when you have immunities to deal with. So, a good amount of both physical and lightning damage. So, cows will be a little annoying if the Cow King spawns with Stone Skin. But other than that, and even then, the Crescent Moon has... no, it'll be when we swap to the other spear at level whatever it is when I try that one out. That one has magic damage on it, so I'll maybe put that one on my swap. And swap to that for the magic damage when I need to kill something that we absolutely can't break. And of course, gear on the Mercenary will be upgraded as we get better levels and stuff as well. A while ago, I had picked up a Templars intended for the Fury Druid. I picked up a cheap one, but the Fury Druid is using an Act 3 Cold Merc for the Prayer Aura, since he heals a lot from the prayer. So it's probably a good time to throw it on him when he's a high enough level instead. Get that Might Aura for a little extra damage. I believe at 65 we'll get our High Lords as well, which will be a huge damage increase. I haven't looked up exactly what our breakpoints are, but I'll worry about that once, well, once we're figuring out our endgame gear and whatnot. I'll see where I need to get attack speed for breakpoints. Honestly, even just attacking once, you can see how much the lightning bounces around. And we're like way under leveled and we're still hitting enemies without any issues. So the Ravenfrost obviously helping with that big time. We'll drop that portal there quick, and this should be the waypoint actually. So that was useless, but I'd like to go put the insight on him now. 48. Does he have 200 strength? He doesn't. I can... Oh, that's giving me enough dex, right?
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Maybe not yet, then. Have to wait until we get other gear.
Good evening.
We have a Tal's mask that I'm going to put on him as well once he's... I think Tal's mask is 62? Korune's not bad. I'll take it. Korune is what we use for bountiful crafts. Once we get meditation aura up for the mercenary, I'll probably swap over to a lore helmet for the extra skill. Right now I really want the radiance for the mana. I mean, the damage is nice, it helps obviously, but the mana is... I think it's so we don't have to chug as many potions, and it's a lot of mana. But once we get meditation, I won't be as worried about that, so the +1 skill will give us more damage than the EV on a Radiance. And of course, best in slot for this build would be to get a Griffin's, which, you know, will be the goal when we can, but Griffins are usually quite expensive, especially a good one. I believe Lightning Strike is maxed now. I don't think we picked up the skill points from killing Izual yet either. Should remember to do that. As for body armor upgrades, I don't really know, actually. And, I mean, probably just either Enigma or Chains of Honor. Enigma is probably the way to go, if I had to guess. But either, really. The teleport on Enigma is very nice because even in Project Diablo 2, or especially in Project Diablo 2, Amazon is one of the only classes that doesn't have a mobility skill. They have a passive with some built-in move speed, but they don't have a teleport of any kind. So getting teleport, or I guess in PD2's case, getting blink, big deal.
I am overburdened.
Not even death can save you from me.
I like the max damage, but not when it rolled minimum. You got a Storm Spike. We've seen quite a lot of these. How'd this one roll? Really high on the lightning damage. It actually rolled pretty good. Yeah, not bad. A little low on the ED, but the lightning stuff is all pretty good.
I knew. Good day. Thank
Alright,
I
in Act 5.
Greetings.
So yeah, both Lightning Strike and Power Strike are maxed now. We'll start doing Charge Strike for the synergy. See 2620, 2778. Yeah.
Afternoon.
Very nice damage increase. Quick repair. Repairing the weapon is going to be costly because it's superior, but it was what we had. I wonder if the extra fire absorb in life. We're probably going to end up using this one here. The dexterity, the damage, attack rating, lifesteal, all good stuff. Forget when we crafted that one, but a while ago. And probably, we could use these gloves now, but we need the dex from these right now until we swap our ring out for the other one. We had these ones as well, which were dual each with life on them, but questions. 66 on the Tal's Mask. Okay. Obviously we could do Laying of Hands, but yeah, Templars we have here sitting here. It's only a level 5 Might Aura, but it's extra damage. If we wanted him to be more survivable, we could throw that on, but put the Crown of Thieves on him right now. That's probably a better plan.
I'll put that to good use.
This will give us a lot more faster run walk and the regen mana. How about we slam them? And they're gonna brick. They didn't. Curse duration. Wow. Okay, these are juicy. That's really nice. Alright. I guess we can slam this one since we already have one here as well. Bye-bye. How many do we have? We still have one World Stone Shard. Do we have any in the stash? No. How about we slam this lightsaber? Oh. Oh. Open sockets? No. ED and attack rating. God, that is weird. But good. Jeez. Okay. That's nice. So 301 enhanced damage with a lot of attack rating. The attack rating is not important because it has ITD. So it's more for like trying to hit bosses that are much higher level than you. It's basically only useful on things that are immune to ignore target defense, but the ED is kind of cool. Obviously, an ED IAS or an ED crushing blow roll, or like any of those would have been cooler, but an IAS ED is obviously the dream, but still cool. I'll take it. 65 for High Lords. Got a bit to go for that. Gotta let this guy level up a bit and swap out some of his gear so we can get that insight on him. You see my loot filter picks up white tiaras and all of the circlet class helmets. The only ones I actually want to pick up to imbue are going to be high level base items on the off chance that Charcy turns it unique. I don't know what the chance is, but I know it's incredibly low. And if you're going to be imbuing circlets, you might as well, you know, roll for the lottery while you're at it. At least I'm like 99% sure Charcy's imbue can make uniques. I'm fairly certain it can. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering that. We do have some mana leech and mana per kill, but it's definitely not enough to keep up with the mana cost of Lightning Strike. And we're still way under leveled as well. mana regen shrine we always like to see. I think a cool part about this build is that you can get the stuff to play it very easy. Like, you can craft up to an rune just farming Nightmare Countess. So, like, you could get a Crescent Moon like this before you go to Hell difficulty. It'd take a little bit farming Hell Countess to craft runes up, but if you just took all the runes you got from Hell Countess and crafted them up until you had 2 pull runes. Or is it 3 pull runes, I guess? Whichever. Thinking after the synergies are done, I'm definitely going to go for Spear Mastery. And I think I'm going to do that because the physical damage is just going to help us a lot when dealing with different immunes. And for our first clear through Hell difficulty. I think one of the cool things about this build is that when I'm in the endgame setup for the build, I don't need to run an Act 2 Merc for the Infinity. I can just use the Infinity for the build, and it's a very good option. Which opens up other options for running like Act 1 Mercs, or even running, like, if you don't want to do a CTA, you could even do the Battle Order's Whirlwind Mercenary from Act 5. Just, you know, opens opportunity. If I'd rather use other weapons, I still can, but I could just hard use the Infinity myself for the build, which is pretty cool. Since there aren't really a lot of builds, lightning builds, especially. Lightning builds are the ones where you really need a Infinity. If I really wanted to push maps, I would probably run the Infinity myself, and then run an Act 1 Fire Mercenary with the Vigor Aura, and have them with a Pus Spitter. So I'm getting both the Conviction and lower res, which should break a lot of the immunes. Almost all of them. I think there are still some immunes that can't be broken, but I think this is the way. Obviously, our resistances are totally fine. Even after we go into Hell difficulty, I don't think there'll be much issues. Level 61 here, so we're 10 levels below, and we're still absolutely decimating everything. This is probably not a build I would want to ladder start. Yeah, bad life roll. If it was a better life roll, I'd probably take that, but it's definitely not one I'd like to ladder start. I like to take very versatile builds for ladder starting. And I'd be a little more limited on what areas I could farm.
Good to see you.
So, how may I be of help?
Res are all looking good. Let's go put the circlet away. Where can I even fit this? We do have 2 piece Nages. I believe Naj is a lightning spellcaster build, though.
Evening.
I think it's funny how sometimes it just doesn't register the lightning. It doesn't render the lightning bolts, so we don't see them. We just like watch stuff fall over. $3,000 lightning damage right now for each bounce. As much as I've been enjoying the Fury Druid, I do like that I don't have to worry about keeping Fury stacks up. If I have to sit there and manage some inventory stuff like that every once in a while, I don't have to worry about them dropping off and having to rebuild the Fury stacks. I'm actually going to remake the game here real quick, just because we've been having some server crashes. So, hold on. There we go. Yeah, we've been having server crashes and rollbacks because of it. I lost about an hour and a half of progression on this character last night to a rollback, so just make sure every time you get a drop or every once in a while you just remake your game to be safe. it's very unfortunate that Diablo 2 is limited by its absolutely ancient networking, like its online framework. Having to leave a game being the moment when your data is saved on your character to the server is bizarre. Always getting phone calls in the middle of recording. Phone never rings when I'm not recording, but then, you know, as soon as I hit that record button, I start getting calls. It didn't roll very well. I always like to check weird uniques because if you get a perfect roll, then a insane slam plus upping it could still make for a pretty cool item. Yeah, it's just Nightmare. I think we'll be fine.
The fabled home of the ancients.
Famous last words. Yeah, 66% chance to hit. We're starting to get there now. A level 65 area, and we are 54. The magic absorb on this is also fairly nice for dealing with the temptresses, whatever you want to call them. Succubus. any magic damage really, obviously, but those are the big ones that show up in a lot of maps. And getting a Succubus boss pack in a map with like extra fast, if they have like increased combat speeds, then you can get pretty wrecked. Like from off screen, all of a sudden you just die because you're getting hit with a stupid amount of magic damage.
Hello.
Gotta love the rubber banding. Should get a level up here. Getting there. 7 more levels till that's maxed. And we're only 55. Play so many different versions of Diablo 2 that I can never remember which version it is that has resistance shrines increasing your maximum resistance during the duration as well. I think that's an MXL thing. It might be an LOD thing, but I think it's an MXL thing. So I always grab the resistance shrines just because I'm used to grabbing them because max res. Maybe it's an LOD thing that they removed in PD2 because it was too powerful, I guess? I don't know. Gives a reason to bother clicking on resistance shrines as you're going through a map. Or just clearing, period. Since you should already be res capped. And if you're not res capped, you shouldn't be relying on shrines to keep you alive. Of course, we have souls. Decrep definitely hitting real hard here. Let's see how Bale goes. Oh wow, did you see that hit? One hit did 25%. That was a big boy crit. Pretty sure it was a crit in combination. Oh wow, a crit in combination with a static field proc. So Milibregas. I don't have one yet, so that's kind of cool.
My work here is truly done.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hello.
And there we go. That is Nightmare done. I'm going to finish clearing up through Hell and getting this character geared up. There'll be a couple more videos on this build, I'm sure. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.